milk, be very careful with it. Milk is lactose. So if you were diabetic and say you had a sugar crash, then one thing you should always keep around would be orange juice. You can drink a 4-ounce glass of orange juice and it will bring your sugar up 50 points without causing you to crash again. Do you know you can drink 4 ounces of whole milk and it will bring your sugar up 50 points? That's what lactose is, sugar. It has that much sugar in milk and it's in orange juice. So you better be careful with that. Make sure it's organic, switch to almond milk. If you're doing any type of dairy at all, make sure it's like Greek yogurt. So you're getting some type of probiotics in there that's good for your digestive system. Make sure if you're eating cheese, it's 2% milk fat. Don't buy it pre-grated, buy the whole block so you can try it, grate it down until you can get your bicep going when you're doing that, a little workout. Burn a few calories when you're grating your cheese. Fruits. Fruits are amazing. They're full of all kinds of vitamins and minerals. Most of you do not eat enough fruit. You need at least 2 to 3 servings of fruit a day, at least 4 servings of vegetables a day. Now the FDA or the Department of Agriculture says you need more, but I don't think all y'all, not just you, but general public, are going to eat that much every day. You're not going to sit down and go, okay, here's my 5 cups of vegetables, and here are my 4 to 5 servings of fruits. You're not going to get that in. So I like a minimum of 2 fruits and 4 cups of vegetables a day, and then take your body weight in half. Again, here, 100 grams of protein. Okay, 100 or 80 to 120 is not taxing on your kidneys for protein. But remember, if you're 200 pounds and you're losing weight, this number goes down and that number goes down. So you're not having to eat as much protein and you're not having to drink as much water then. Okay? But remember, every organ in your body is made of protein and amino acids. So if you're not giving your body the right protein, you break your body down, you can't rebuild it if you don't give it something to repair it. Okay? So make sure that you're getting your fruits and vegetables and you're eating your lean proteins. Nuts. No one has ever gotten or become obese by eating nuts. Okay? Now they are good fat. They can raise your HDLs, which are your good cholesterol. We don't want to raise it. We want to keep it where it's at. But eat your nuts. Okay? But don't eat out of the bag. Get out your serving, put the bag away. Okay, it's real easy. Those are really good snacks. If you're going to have an afternoon snack during the day, I'll have a half an apple and about 10 almonds, and that's really good for a pokey metabolism. The soluble fiber inside the apple is going to fill up in my stomach, keep me full. The fiber from the almonds is going to give me some energy. It's going to get me through until I need to get home to get my supper ready. So I keep that kind of stuff on hand back here all the time. I can grab it really quick. Apples are already cut up. I'm good to go. You don't even know I've had anything to eat, and let's rock on. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? So keep things like that around. Did you know that olives have an ibuprofen effect? Think about your olive oil, your extra virgin olive oil, okay, what it does for you. What does it do? It lubricates, okay? It helps lubricate your joints. I know you faithfully fit girls or biblical girls, how many times in the Bible are you anointed with oil? Think about it. What does it do? So if you go back to biblical days when, or even if you're, whatever your beliefs are, wherever you are with that, pioneer days or our ancestors or Indians, whoever, when they walked the earth, what was in abundance? What was on the earth that was harder that we could eat? Well, we know when Jesus walked the earth, we had the Sea of Galilee, which really wasn't a sea, it's a lake, but it had abundance of fish. So we always had fish. What else was abundance? What could go through harsh winters that we could keep around that we could use for nourishment? Olives, pomegranates, figs. Okay? You can put that in your pocket. You can walk around with days. They could dry up, good natural, not a whole lot of sugar in it to spike your sugar. And that's what they ate off of. That's what they could grab. And then we're picking berries and things. When was the last time you ladies went up here and picked strawberries or blueberries? Or was out in a field and got some blackberries? So I did that as a child. We go home and make this blackberry cobbler. It was amazing. Kids don't do that today. So think about, what you're putting in your body. And those olives, it's not really good to cook your olive oil because you start to break it down. I like to use mine just over my salads. And on occasion, I'll saute with it, but I'm a big coconut oil fan because I just love the way it makes my home smell when I cook it and the crust that it puts on my food. It's just another good way to get a good fat and another amino acid. And then let's talk about eggs. Try not to scramble your eggs. Okay, there's a big deal about whether the yolk is good, whether the yolk is not good. Okay, yolk is not good if it's not an organic free-range egg. Now, if you walked around behind that chicken, you picked that egg up, and you want to eat that yolk, go for it. Enjoy it. Okay, but if it's not and you're getting it off the grocery store shelf and it doesn't say free range organic on it, you don't need the yolk. My rule of thumb for fats would be, if you're having eggs, I would have 4 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. Okay, that would be, so you're getting 6 egg whites and 2 yolks. Now, scrambling the yolk, when you bust the yolk is cholesterol, right? What did we say earlier it does? It oxidizes. So what do we do? Forms more cholesterol, expands. So try not to bust the yolk. Okay, so if you're scrambling, I would definitely just make sure I bought the egg whites. The egg whites in the carton are already pre-done for you, and there's citric acid in there. You can't OD on citric acid. It's in your body. It's not going to hurt you. Okay, so that's a good way to get that done without having to worry about the yolk. Okay, a lot of people don't like to waste it. Then buy organic. The egg beaters are no-nos. Too much processed preservatives, too much color. You got the yellow dye number 1. It tastes funky. Don't put it in your body. Try to stay as fresh as you can, busting your own eggs if you need to. Get the cartons of egg whites. You should be good to go with that. You have your information. You know on your first page, okay, the understanding of the health risk of being overweight or obese. Just 10%, guys. Just change 10% of your life, and your whole lifestyle will be better. Your quality, your energy, your sleeping patterns, your mood, your interaction with other people, your anxiety, and all of those levels will improve just by changing 10%. And then make that small step, see the changes, and then make gradual steps, okay? And now I want to go on setting realistic goals. Now, you don't have this sheet, but I'm going to read it out to you, okay? Improving your diet for the long run. You're going to ask yourself 3 questions. You're going to ask yourself what? What do I need to do? Okay, and this is for you personally, each of you individualized. None of us know what your answers are, what your question is. Okay, what's your second question? Why? You all know what the answer to that is? And what's the main one? This is the one that you don't know, and this is where you stall and you stop and you revert to what you know because it's easy and it's not challenging and it's not uncomfortable, is when. That is amount, day, or date, and the time. So if you got 100 pounds to lose, what is that, year, 6 months, 10 months? How are you going to do it? Okay? What is it? Maybe it's a goal with your exercise. Maybe you want to take your body to the next level and challenge yourself a different way. What is that going to look like? Okay, you need to know that. Maybe it's a requirement with your job. Maybe you've got a position that's available that you really, really want, but maybe you don't want to push to go get it because you'll be uncomfortable. You'll really be challenged, but you really want it. Go for it. There's nothing stopping you. You know, if you don't, then you're going to spend the rest of your life wondering why. You know, why didn't I do this? Now is your time. You can't get back the past. You can't bring your past to your present, your present into your future. Today is your day. Okay? So that is on your setting your realistic goals. Okay? Develop an eating pattern. Keep a food diary. Not a FitnessPal, not the computer thing. Sit down and actually take the time to write out what you put in your body, how you feel, when you did something bad, like you overate, or you binged, or you missed a meal, or you drank too much, or you maybe had an argument and maybe you went to something, a go-to, that you shouldn't have. If you start writing all these things down, you can start looking at it and you can start noticing your repetitive behavior. And then you can go, oh my God, when this happens, I do this. Well, you got to stop it. And then when you see it, then you can start to correct it. But you don't want to do things dramatically. You want to take things at a slow pace, because if you take the tortoise approach, not the hare approach, you receive education, information, you learn wonderful quality things about yourself, and you arrive at your goal in a better state. And guess what? You won't go back to that because you took a little bit longer to learn about yourself and educate, inspire, and motivate other people along the way, and be a good example. And therefore, your quality of life for your future will be totally different than what it is today. So journaling and looking at your patterns and knowing what those are and taking time to fix those and work on those is good. You always need to be challenging yourself and working on something. Okay? Think about and list your usual reasons for unhealthy eating, decrease portion sizes, and eat fewer calories. Replace unhealthy eating habits with healthy ones. Sit down, make a list, and take time when you eat, take time when you shop, Pay attention to what you're putting in your buggy. Read your labels. Cook at home more often, not eating it out as much. And let's talk about iodine for a second. Iodine is not in the salt when you're eating out, and if you've got thyroid issues or low iodine, you're not getting it if you're eating out a lot. So you want to make sure that you're using an iodized salt, okay? Because it's very healthy for your thyroid. A lot of them aren't checking that. If you can get your iodine up in your thyroid, you're going to find that your energy levels and a lot of things are going to change, and you're not going to need to be on that thyroid medication or potential for thyroid medication later on. Iodine's a mineral. You're lacking it, okay? You could be. Don't eat while watching TV. Plan ahead. Your bedroom should be free of all laptops, televisions, phones, and things like that. That is your place of rest, not of work or reading or watching TV. You should have your room set up where it is soft and soothing. When you go in there, you can go to sleep and your body can decompress. Do all the other stuff outside of your bedroom, okay? And then develop an exercise program. We have that here, Faithfully Fit, group fitness program here for group fitness. I have my private stuff here, and then, of course, for weight loss. So you decide whatever it is that you want to do with all of that, and any of us can help you to get on a path or program to get you where you need to go with your exercise. Keep a log of when and how much. If you're just starting out, you need a 3-hour minimum hours per week. I just repeated that twice. 3-hour minimum per week to get you started, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with exercise and trying to eat right and take this and prep your meals, because you're like, I can't do this, I give up. This is just too much. So find a couple little things and start working on them, and then add the other things in the end, and then you'll find yourself being able to do it all. And we all have the same 24 hours, right? So how are you utilizing that time? You will find time for exercise here. You will find time to plan your meals. You will find time to shop. You will find time to prepare, and you will feel good and look good. It's a win for everyone. So there's no reason to not do it or try to push the process forward. Start out slowly and increase the amount of time and intensity a little at a time. These gals will push you. They know where your limits are and know how to push you just a little bit past your limits. That's what trainers are for. Because when you're ready to give up, we're going to push you a little bit further. Okay? Most of y'all work with a trainer or in a group fitness class, so you know what that's all about. Okay? Choose activities that you enjoy. Okay? If you don't like it and you start like you walk into a gym and you join a gym, and this is not a gym, and I don't want it to ever be called a gym, but you walk in a gym, you don't know what the hell to do. I don't know how to use this equipment. Well, then you got a trainer over there, but you can't talk to that trainer because you got to pay that person for the information, and you really can't afford it, so you join the gym because it's inexpensive. Well, what do? I don't even know how to use this equipment. So you get on a treadmill, because everybody knows how to use a treadmill, right? And then you don't know how to ask someone, hey, can you show me how to use this equipment, or can you please move off of this equipment because I'd like to try it, because they're having a conversation on it, and they're tying it up for 30 minutes. So then you get frustrated. And we've all been there. So what do? You find something that you like, that you know how to do. Go on YouTube, ask one of us, research. I don't know, maybe you create something on your own and do it as long as you are moving. You are opening up your bronchodilators. You're expanding your lungs. You're increasing your heart rate. You're sweating. You're pulling the toxins out of your body. Whatever that looks like for you, if it's running the stairs at Lake Town Wharf, do it. As long as you're doing something. You have to. It strengthens your bones. It gives you shape. It gives you structure. It makes you feel good. Exercise is the greatest happy endorphin ever. There is no depressant medication that can give you the high that you feel when you exercise. If I could have every one of you step into my body when I'm training, you would want to all be in here and you would want to feel that way. But some of you choose to not feel that way. You don't want that. So whatever your level is where you are. So you've got to find out what that is. Put that on paper and work for it. And then the last thing, challenging yourself. Bike or walk to work. Park further away from wherever you are going. Get off the bus or the subway. We don't have a subway here, but if you ride the tram, you can walk some. If you park at the college, don't park next to the college. That parking lot's huge. Walk to the door. Get that fresh air, get a little bit of vitamin D, clear your mind before you walk in, leave your bag of stuff outside the door, and walk in with a great positive attitude. Begin your day. Okay? All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. If anybody has any questions, I can answer those for you now. And I want to be a source of information for you in an environment that's not a medical environment where you feel like you're getting the health information that you need, and it's black and white. It's real vanilla, plain, like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Instead of a medical terminology when you walk away and go, I don't know what just happened, but I've got all this medication I got to take, and I don't like this, and I don't like how I feel. You know, want to get you feeling good. So that's coming up next. So look forward to more information after the first of the year on that. Okay? All right, thank you.